welcome to reports which made headlines last week. The immediate past Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mohammed Adoke SAN, was freed from the EFCC custody on Monday. The ex-AGF has been in the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission after he was arrested upon his return from a self-exile on December 19, 2019. He regained his freedom on Monday shortly after he was granted bail in the fresh money laundering charges instituted against him by the EFCC. He and his co-accused, Aliyu Abubakar, earlier Monday pleaded not guilty to the 7 counts instituted against them. Shortly after they took their pleas, their lawyers argued their bail applications, which was opposed by the EFCC through its lawyer, Balasanga. About 2 hours after the hearing, Justice Binta Inyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja granted him bail in the same terms and conditions of the bail earlier granted him on the 30th of January by the Gogolada Division of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Adoke's lawyer, Mike Ozekume SAN, and that of Abubakar Olalekan Ojo SAN, who argued the bail applications earlier Monday, said their client had already met the bail conditions. The Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Most Reverend Matthew Hazan Kuka, and the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, on Tuesday traded words over the refusal of President Muhammadu Buhari to declare his assets publicly. This happened at the public presentation and launch of the book Farida Waziri, One Step Ahead, Life as a Spy, Detective and Anti-Graft Czar, written by former chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Mrs. Farida Waziri. Reverend Father Patrick Alumuku of the Catholic Archdiocese of Abuja, who represented Kuka as a guest lecturer, spoke on the topic, "Is corruption a biological necessity or political invention?" The Catholic bishop had, while concluding his speech, queried, quote, "On a final note, let me ask 2 or 3 questions that I have heard being asked. First, is it in the law that the chairman of the EFCC must be from the police force and a Muslim from northern Nigeria? 2, people have asked, how is it that the president used Justice Onogen's asset declaration form to prove his corruption and proceeded to sack him, yet the president himself has not publicly declared his own assets as he promised during his campaigns? Thirdly, why has Magu not been confirmed as EFCC chairman, and what is the state of the trial of those who attempted to kill him in December 2017? In his reaction, Adesina said Buhari never promised to declare his assets publicly, adding that the president had not broken any law by not doing so. The presidential spokesman therefore challenged Kuka to produce evidence of where the president promised to declare publicly his assets if elected.
Justice Onogen's asset declaration form to prove his corruption and proceed to sack him. And yet the president himself has not publicly declared his own assets as he promised during his campaigns.
Can you please show me where that promise was ever made? And lo and behold, we searched everywhere. There was no place.
On Wednesday, President Muhammadu Buhari paid a sympathy visit to victims of a Boko Haram attack earlier last week, in which at least 30 people were killed. President Buhari's aircraft landed at an Air Force base in Maiduguri Wednesday afternoon on his way from Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia, where he attended the African Union Summit over the weekend and a state visit to that country. The president's visit was to condole with the victims' families and meet the state government officials on the incident. Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum had confirmed that at least 30 people were killed in the attack by suspected Boko Haram insurgents late Sunday. President Muhammadu Buhari, in company of Governor Zulum, also visited the palace of the Shehu of Borno, where he condoled with the Shehu, His Royal Majesty, Abubakar Umar El Kanemi, over the unfortunate incident. An unknown number of women and children were also confirmed to have been abducted, while at least 18 vehicles, including lorries and others conveying foodstuffs, were burned down when the gunmen attacked the Auno community in Konduga local government area of the state. Several other local residents also sustained injuries during the attack in the community, located about 24 kilometers north of Maiduguri, the capital of the state. The gunmen had blocked the major road leading to Alno community, raiding surrounding villages, killing travelers and wounding some members of the community. The Supreme Court on Thursday sacked the governor-elect of Bayelsa State, David Lyon, and his deputy, Biobarakuma Degi Eremieyo. A five-man panel of the Apex Court, led by Justice Mary Peter Audley, ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to withdraw the certificate of return issued to the All Progressives Congress candidate as winner of the November 16, 2019 governorship election in the state. The Apex Court ordered INEC to issue a fresh certificate of return to the candidate of the party with the next highest vote and with the required constitutional spread of vote in the result of the election, which are the People's Democratic Party. Justice Ejembi Eko, who read the lead judgment, made the others after disqualifying the APC's deputy governorship candidate, Degi Eremieyo, as a candidate in the election. The court upheld the November 12, 2019 judgment of the Federal High Court in Abuja, which had disqualified him in the election for submitting forged certificates to INEC. The court ruled that Degi Eremieyo's disqualification had infected the joint ticket with which he and the governorship candidate David Lyon ran for and won the November 16, 2019 election. The five-man panel further held that on the basis that both candidates and their party, the APC, ought to have abstained from participating in the election. On Friday, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, presented the certificate of return to Senator Duoye Diri. Diri's deputy, Senator Lawrence Erujapo, was also presented his certificate of return. The Electoral Commission, in a briefing at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja, declared the People's Democratic Party, PDP, winner of the November 16 Bayelsa governorship election. INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu told journalists that Diri was declared the winner after top officials met on Monday morning to review the result of the election without the vote of the APC, which had been voided by the court. Quote, the total votes cast after excluding those of the APC now stand at 146,999. PDP polled 143,172 and scored 25% as required by the law, Yakubu said during the briefing. Subsequently, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the 2019 governorship election in Bayelsa State, Senator Duoye Diri, was sworn in as governor. He was sworn in along with his deputy. While delivering his acceptance speech, the new governor asked Bayelsans to embrace each other in love and avoid hatred, which he believes would only inhibit the growth and development of the state.